In the film's opening, a prisoner named Luther speaks directly to the camera and describes the life of Dizzy Gillespie Harrison, a nerdy 18-year-old senior in high school in Austin, Texas. Dizzy is friends with Nora, Kirk, and Glenn, all of whom are video game addicts and formed the funk rock band, Suburban Funk. It's their first day at school, and as they are driving to school, Dizzy advises his friends that they ought to rise to the top in their school, because they don't think they could pull that off. His friends don't respond favorably to that, but Dizzy's father is optimistic and prods Dizzy to move forward with what he thinks. However, as soon as they reach school, everyone starts picking on Dizzy, especially star football player Barkley. Dizzy then notices the school's cheerleader Tina Osgood struggling with the car alarm and decides to help her. After helping her, Dizzy asks her out for a coffee, but she smartly denies it by saying he is not her type. Later at the registration counter, Dizzy makes another approach to have a conversation with Tina, and when she touches him, it causes him to have an erection. As soon as Barkley notices, he pulls his underwear up and places it on his head, making Dizzy feel humiliated. The librarian then demands that Dizzy hand over whatever hard object he may be hiding inside his pants, after taking a close look at his penis. When Dizzy refuses to do so, the librarian tries to pull it out and Dizzy breaks his penis in that process. The school counselor then misdiagnoses Dizzy as having Tourette's syndrome and puts him on medication, giving his father the advice to spend as much time with him as possible. The next day, Dizzy is at the mall's food court with his friends and he is heavily medicated. Under the influence of drugs, he makes a fool of himself at a church revival and is arrested. In jail, Dizzy meets the prisoner Luther, who turns out to be a sympathetic ex-victim with a crazy eye expression. Luther hears Dizzy's story, and especially after learning that an 80-year-old woman broke his penis, Luther makes it his goal to teach Dizzy how to be cool. In order to do that, Luther puts forward his own life as an example, which is, when he experienced bullying at his previous jail and the first thing he did, try to get expelled from the facility to begin fresh somewhere else. Dizzy also thinks it is a good idea considering the fact that no matter what he does, the humiliation he experienced there will never go away. After returning to school, Dizzy makes a few unsuccessful efforts to be expelled from his school, including taking a camera into the restroom and cheating in exams. All of these initiatives will only make him look crazier around other students and result in a higher drug prescription. One day, while Dizzy and Nora walk on the corridor, Dizzy sees the principal bending over to tie up his shoelace. Dizzy finds a mop there and decides to shove it up the principal's ass. But when he reaches near him after breaking the mop into two, principal stands straight. However, the principal sees Dizzy breaking the school property, which is the mop, and for that reason, he will be expelled from the school. Dizzy then returns to prison as a visitor, and Luther is happy to see him succeed in getting expelled. Dizzy then undergoes a makeover with the help of the prison inmates and guards. It all starts with changing his name from Dizzy Gillespie Harrison to Gil Harris. Dizzy then enrolls at East Highland High School and makes an impression by being dropped off in a prison van in restraints. After the police have left, Dizzy recalls what Luther had instructed him to do, which is to beat up the biggest, baddest boy in the school in front of everyone. He searches for the person as a result and finds Connor, the school bully. However, Connor knocks him out by beating him first when he approaches him. Dizzy then goes back to him again and strikes him, knocking Connor out unconscious. However, when that occurred, everyone left the area and nobody was there to witness it. As a result, Dizzy drags Connor out into the hallway where he beats him again in full view of everyone. The action will have the desired effect, and Danielle, the head cheerleader, formally welcomes the new student to school. After that, her friend Courtney invites Dizzy to a party, and at the party, Dizzy accidentally gives her the impression that he has blown her off. Everyone at the party finds out about it and assumes that any boy who disses Courtney is dating the most outrageous woman imaginable. Dizzy doesn't deny it, and as he is about to leave, Connor comes there and informs everyone what he thinks of Dizzy, which is that he has never been with a woman before. Dizzy then pulls out a picture of a hot woman standing alongside him from his wallet, and everyone starts to believe him. After that, Dizzy leaves the party with his reputation unharmed thanks to the assistance of his old friends and the photo that the prison inmates gave him. Dizzy feels happy and enjoys every moment of his newfound fame. He also feels that he has accomplished what he set out to do when girls express an interest in talking to him and men begin to seek his advice. When he gets home after the party, he discovers that his father has given up his job and sold the family home in order to look after him. Because, after seeing everything Dizzy has been doing for the past few days, his father thinks he is on some drugs. Dizzy tells him that he is not on drugs or sick, he is just happy. His father believes him, but since they have sold the house, Dizzy and father are now forced to live in a trailer. Back at the school, Danielle asks Dizzy to persuade the school to watch the football team play. Dizzy agrees to help her and go to the game. But when he reaches there, Dizzy sees an unmotivated player and a small crowd to watch them. He then makes references to General Patton and Braveheart, and Dizzy delivers a passionate speech that motivates the team to win for the first time in a long time. Danielle ends her relationship with Connor and begins dating Dizzy. As the days go by, Dizzy finds it difficult to manage both Dizzy and Gil together inside his tiny body. One day, Danielle invites Dizzy to go shopping with her, and he does so. They both go to a nearby music store after purchasing swimwear, where they run into Nora and his other friends. Dizzy feels embarrassed to reveal to Danielle that he is friends with those nerdy-looking individuals. As a result, he claims he doesn't know them and leaves. As they are leaving, his old school bully Barkley and his girlfriend Tina, along with others, enter the shop. Dizzy hides from them, and later when they look away, Dizzy exits the shop with Danielle. Back at the school, Dizzy is given the opportunity to organize the school's homecoming dance by the coach and principal, which helps him shed his reputation as a bad boy. Dizzy then visits his old friends and apologizes for being rude at the mall. They are his childhood friends and they forgive him. However, Nora reminds him of what he has become and also tells him that she doesn't find any difference between him and any other thugs in high school. When Nora criticizes Dizzy for becoming the same person he once hated, he uses his newfound popularity to confront Connor. Dizzy takes Ed, whom Connor always bullies, to Connor and asks what is that Ed has done to him to hurt Ed like that. Connor finds no answer for that, and his friends understand they are helping Connor to hurt people for no reason. Danielle, who is watching, realizes her mistake and takes that opportunity to apologize to someone she had issues with. Both Dizzy and Danielle together encourage the students to reunite, and the lines dividing the different cliques are broken. Connor doesn't like Danielle supporting Dizzy in everything, but she doesn't care about it anymore. With a new philosophy, bullying disappears in East Highlands and the school football team performs better and reaches the finals. The night before the state championship, Danielle invites Dizzy to her workplace and she introduces her friend Estelle to him. After a small conversation, Dizzy tries to open up with her about his past, but she is not interested in knowing his past and is more interested in living the present. She also tells him that she admires his self-confidence, and Dizzy is happy hearing that. As they were about to kiss, Estelle interrupted them by telling Dizzy that she needs to go to college, which causes everyone to laugh. Before leaving, she reminds Dizzy about the game and the team they are playing, which is Dizzy's old school, Rocky Creek High School. Dizzy tries to avoid attending the game, but Danielle informs him that no one else would attend if he didn't, and that will be bad for the team. The next day, when Barkley and the team arrive at the stadium and see East Highlands corner empty. However, the team eventually emerges from the stadium's background, which resembles a scene from the Braveheart movie. Everyone cheering for the team has blue paint on their face, and hence Barkley couldn't recognize Dizzy, even though he was on top of the horse. East Highlands performs very well and wins the game. After Rocky Creek's loss to East Highland, Barkley begins to gradually recognize who Gil is. The following day at school, while East Highland continues to celebrate, Barkley confronts everyone and makes an effort to reveal who Dizzy was before coming to East Highland. However, before he does that, an argument breaks out between them, and Barkley punches Ed and another East Highland student. Everyone at the place gets triggered by that, and they all run into him, leaving him on the floor with his underwear on his head. Connor assists Barkley in getting up after the attack and asks him what he knows about Dizzy. It's time for the homecoming dance, where Dizzy's funk band is getting ready to play. As they start performing, Barkley and Connor, who also have arrived, play a humiliating video of the librarian incident. However, Luther and the other inmates arrive at the correct time with his crazy eye expression and save Dizzy from getting booed. Dizzy then addresses the group and expresses her regret for lying to everyone. Meanwhile, Luther ties Connor and Barkley to a chair and makes them wear rubber breasts, which everyone at the party enjoys watching. After all this chaos, Nora admits that she has had feelings for Glenn for a while, and they kiss. Danielle also tells Dizzy that she too was a nerd in her younger years. He confesses who he was, but she forgives him, and they kiss.
Thank you for watching. It may be easy for you to like and subscribe, but it means the world to us. Please subscribe for more movie recaps.